1 2 1 2. Sorry, just goofing around, guys. Hey everybody, what's up? Kevin Cage back with another video on the one and only XRP. If it's your first time to the channel, for daily XRP news and information, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into some information today. So, to kick things off with Matthew Linney, L-I-N-Y. I always want to spell his name right, because thank you for all the deep dives that you're doing on Twitter in the XRP community. Makes my job way easier just to kind of help spread the information, read through the articles, make sure it's legit, things of that nature. So there's so many contributors in the space, so I just want to thank you all. But so Matt, MoneyGram plus Payit plus Abu Dhabi Bank. So let's just check this out. So United Arab Emirates, as the first fully featured digital wallet, UAE, Payit is now connected to MoneyGram's innovative cross-border money transfer platform. Boom. And we know that Ripple, the private company, being, their primary job and sole responsibility to expand the XRP ecosystem, is widely involved in the Middle East with those banks as well. They've had plenty of conferences and have been building that as well. Don't even get me started in other parts of the Middle East with the United States sanctions and, political tensions going on. So there's a lot of variables going on. So it's good to see that. This could have a lot of repercussions as well and lead to, more of that domino effect. Right now, they're going towards those emerging markets as well, the unbanked. So it's great to see the steady progress and connections. Next, another one by Matthew Linney. Reminder, 2013, PayPal MoneyGram partnership, just to bring this back to our attention. So PayPal partners with MoneyGram, and MoneyGram just had that huge announcement today with Ripple. They're finally live for cash withdrawal. So we see additional volume going in. And again, this is an older article. You get the gist. I don't need to go through this, but it's still good to see that type of development. And right here, it's been live, and different people are questioning, is MoneyGram, this whole thing, legit? Yes, the actual CEO of MoneyGram has said this. There's video evidence along with other things, and his name is Alex Holmes, CEO of MoneyGram, world's second largest money transfer service. And he says, quote, "I am so excited to announce today that the MoneyGram is now live and transacting on the Ripple X Rapid platform. We are literally settling currencies in seconds." Remember, this is exciting because we're talking 200 countries, 120 different currency pairs, hundreds of corridors that typically are forced in, the typical SWIFT system. Though there's not that many corridors. Really, these emerging markets, these smaller markets, are forced to use some of the primary corridors like Euro USD, USD JPY. It's very limited and it's costly, and then it also takes more time for the transaction. Now they are settling actual fiat currencies within seconds, and just because you guys aren't seeing the price explode, that's not what this is about. We are talking about utility. We are talking about a true POC, a proof of concept. This is exactly what we need. I am more bullish every single day. If you want quick gains, sell out now. This is for people that actually research, study the fundamentals, and make logical investments based off of that. Now, at the end of the day, whatever people say, whether it's in real estate, stocks, precious metals, I don't care what trends you're studying, whether it's fundamentals or technicals, and you're looking at various indicators and moving averages, it doesn't matter, because investing is just another fancy word. It still is gambling, guys. It really is. And if someone says it isn't, they're wrong. You can still make logical and informed decisions when you're gambling, and of course it increases your probability. But I just want to be real. All right? Next, XRP Neo at XRP_Anderson, and I just like this quick tweet. So, I'm sure the connection has already been made, but MoneyGram goes live with XRapid, and again, XRapid settles exclusively with XRP to source on-demand liquidity, hence they're able to settle currencies within seconds, and soon together with Visa, which made a large investment in Earthport, which gives access to RippleNet, and I've covered that in past videos as well, and I know XRP Neo has been all over that. Now, multi-hop with MoneyGram, and he's been talking about this a lot with the multi-hop capabilities with MoneyGram being the legal framework workaround temporarily until regulations come. It's incentivizing these regulators to step up because Ripple is not waiting. You see all of these articles coming day in and day out about faster payments being that pain point. That is a sign. And guess who's solving that? Ripple with their technology. And guess what? Even if Ripple's only focusing on cross-border and the remittance aspect for the XRP ecosystem, we have the big boys R3 coming in talking about insurance, healthcare, supply chain management, real estate. They're targeting even the bigger markets. I mean, we're With global remittance, sure, it's a huge market, but that's chump change. Now, the good thing, though, that you have to consider with global remittance is the anywhere from 10 to $27 trillion sitting idle in different countries with, banks and correspondent banks holding this idle money just in case because they need that extra liquidity. It's going to free that capital to allow them to grow and do different things. And when that capital is unleashed, look out. That's trillions. And if you haven't realized, the cryptocurrency market is tiny. What? 200, 300 billion? And just wait. And again, when regulations come, I believe it's going to crush and destroy a lot of, the 2,000 fake cryptocurrencies and all these scams and a lot of fake tradings going on these platforms. It's fake volume. It's a lot of wash trading. A lot of illegal activities go on in these new emerging, developing, nascent markets. All right. So I believe that there's going to be a much smaller number of cryptos that survive. It's going to get rid of the illegitimate ones. All of that money that's in those fake ones will either disappear and we'll get rid of all those scams and, fake volume, but it'll also come up to Bitcoin. And just like the modern investor has made a point, I don't think that a lot of the forked cryptocurrencies are going to do so well, such as, I don't want to specify and hate on your investment, but, Bitcoin has been forked multiple times. Ethereum has some different things going on. But again, I think if Ethereum succeeds, a lot of the ERC20 tokens will survive and thrive too. But remember, this is just my speculation. Nobody really knows. Nobody. I don't care if they're the smartest person in the world or wealthy. It doesn't matter. Nobody really knows. But all right, it is very interesting to consider all of these players. All right, we know Earthport. There's so much money involved. All right, so let's get to the next one right here. We already covered that. Oh, this is actually a really fun one I saw. So the Crypt Keeper at DAH Crypt, and it's C like crypto without the O, Crypt Keeper on Twitter. And this is cool. So this is a perfect example of why you should always invest in what you believe in and not what the media portrays. Remember, the media is always, they have a vested interest. They're owned by different organizations. And look what we have here. By Forbes. The same time period, they released 2 different articles. Bitcoin has no intrinsic value as UK moves towards crypto ban. Right here. Bitcoin is here to stay. The UK didn't ban it. What? I just wanted to share that. And I see that with XRP all the time too. And a lot of the digital assets. This is what happens. This is exactly, if you go back and look at the articles when they talk about the companies like Apple and Amazon back in the day and these internet companies, it's really funny. So I definitely recommend you guys do it. Go look for some articles. They're hard to find, but look for some that are dated in like the year 2000 or 2001. And obviously there weren't really many articles out there, but try to find some, maybe old screenshots, and you're going to laugh so hard reading it and hearing these financial analysts on TV talking about it and saying, oh, they're too volatile. Don't invest in it. You're going to lose everything. When these companies completely survived. And that's where we're at right now in the XRP ecosystem, in my opinion. All right. But again, Alex Cobb had an awesome video earlier today. I left a comment for the timestamp that he hits, and it's literally showing, Ripple and XRP in these documents with the world's largest organizations. I'm sorry, but, Bitcoin, no, it's not included. All right, next, Matthew Linney again. MoneyGram is partnered with banks all across the globe. And I was kind of reading through this, but just to save some time and give you the gist, we've already had some big ones. So look, we got REI or RIA or RIA, and they're a huge group as well. We already know that they're in cahoots with Ripple, but just think about this, guys. Now, by signing with MoneyGram strategically, they are already locking in so many more partners. All right, Ripple has equity in the company. This is a strategic move. Now, the CEO of QNT of Quant Network, I think he's a very bright guy. What was his name? Gilbert or Geardy, something like that. Smart guy. I've watched, hours and hours of him talking, but his value proposition on why, he thinks that their way of connecting with, I believe it's SIA or SIA, and, automatically being plugged in with an ecosystem of about 570 banks. He acted like Ripple or XRP. He was like, well, whereas other companies go one at a time with these banking partnerships, and that was just foolish. XRP is miles ahead, and I still believe there are two complete different use cases. All right, sorry for the stuttering. It's usually I just do these videos one take, raw, uncut. If I stutter, so be it. I'm a human, and this is real research. All right. Next up, XRP Crypto Wolf. South Korea declares partial regulation-free zone for blockchain development in crypto companies in Busan. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Please correct me otherwise. Busan has long been a center for trading and finance, as well as a hub for innovation, and it is the home of the South Korea Exchange. And remember when Korea was involved and we had that trading volume on CoinMarketCap? Man, those prices were flying. Everyone was excited during that bull run in 2017. We were always waiting for South Korea, for everyone to wake up out there, and we would see some price movement every single time. So very good news there to basically incentivize that development. Next, XRP Crypto Wolf again. China's central bank said it will accelerate the research and development of its legal digital currency. The central bank discussed major tasks for the second half of 2019. So we're kicking it in the gear, getting more and more attention. This is what we need to see. This doesn't happen overnight. You know how governments work, regulators work, bureaucracy exists. We're all people. We all have our own vested interests. And I mean, to be honest, I'm amazed that the world even functions at all. We are all truly just cogs in a wheel, contributing when we can and doing what we can do when we can do it. So regulators mentioned cryptocurrency / digital assets, and they will closely monitor global crypto trends. Interesting. Perhaps for a national security threat. I'm not sure. But again, even China is paying attention to this, and they are a huge market, and we already know there's a lot of speculation. I know you guys probably saw that tweet the other day. What was it? XRP Solomon or XRP Owl? Actually talking and finding out that, Ripple, as of now, is not connected to Alipay currently. And there was that weird message from the company, perhaps due to all the non-disclosure agreements out in the space. But that's huge speculation, warning, so please don't just spread that like it's a fact. But just wanted to share that. All right, then Bearable Bull. So I currently hold 2% of my XRP on Coinbase for easy selling, but Kevin Cage warns about taking your crypto off exchanges because regulations are coming. And keep in mind that video I made, regulations are coming. We do not know when. There's more and more regulations coming each day, so I'm not trying to scare everybody into getting cryptos off their exchanges. But again, and yeah, Bearable Bull, great YouTube channel. I love his content. It's very fun and also very informative, smart guy too. So thank you, and happy he's a part of the XRP community. So my question, would Coinbase be negatively affected by these regulations, or is it only non-US compliant exchanges? And I just wanted to address this. I know I kind of covered it in like 18 minutes in that video. I'm not telling everybody to go cold storage wallet. Again, you guys do your own research, all right? What I'm saying is, for all the US residents, get your tokens off of Binance before the deadline comes so that you potentially, don't get your accounts frozen. So, whether you want to hold Coinbase, I'm not a huge fan of Coinbase, but again, as long as I don't think Coinbase is going anywhere, they're US based. They have all the, legal requirements. They're a huge, asset to the United States, so they don't lag behind this digital revolution. Sure, I guess storing on Coinbase would be fine. And there is insurance in case it was hacked on their end and it was their fault. They can insure you and get you, your assets back. But I personally want to be in control of my assets. During the last bull run, if you were there, even Binance, that application, they didn't even let you trade because it was so overloaded. Sometimes you couldn't even log into the application, or you couldn't even create a new account when the demand was too high. And it was very frustrating because say you were buying Bitcoin and it was at $10,000 and you wanted to buy some, you're trying to, and you can't even put buy orders in because it was like failing and it was too populated. And then all of a sudden Bitcoin is at 16,000, and then it would let you purchase it. The second you purchase at 16K, it would drop down to like 12K or like, 13K. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get the gist. And the same thing does occur on Coinbase. So personally, my strategy, long term, always hold a good amount. Just hold. It's the easiest thing. And then I'm not like emotionally investing because we all do. We all, get excited and change our minds. So write a plan and stick to it. So again, guys, holding on Coinbase, if you don't want to have a Ledger Nano, sure, if that's a risk you're willing to take. Some of my, smart subscribers, though, will use a VPN, a virtual private network, and then they will access a Ledger Nano. And again, I like the Ledger Nano X way more than the S, not because it's more expensive, but because it can hold more assets, like 100 different types of assets, whereas the Nano S can only hold about 3. So just, my point. And again, the Ledger Nanos are in the links in the description. You guys can check them out at the very least. But I think that, Coinbase is going to be fine. They might be waiting for the storm to pass before adding additional currencies. I was still waiting for them to add potentially Cardano and Tron, but they might be kind of waiting and seeing the progress that, the Tron Foundation and also, Cardano with IOHK is going to be doing. But again, they're going to have to compete with Binance as well, because Binance is coming full force for US residents as well. And if Coinbase doesn't get their stuff together, I'm going to choose Binance. But all right, guys, enough ranting. Hopefully that was interesting to you guys. Again, emphasizing PayPal with MoneyGram. MoneyGram was probably the best move for Ripple, in my opinion, to expand the XRP ecosystem, connecting to all of those groups, showing those connections. And then XRP Neo, again, just think of that Visa and Earthport relationship, what's going to go on there. And then we also do, you know what, I think he's completely correct, and we're just going to have to wait. I'm excited to hear more about, though, the multi-hop capabilities with MoneyGram. It's going to be huge, and I want to hear about this progress. Hopefully the CEO is just ecstatic and becomes the poster boy, because this is a household name, MoneyGram. So, and again, the Crypto Ginger made a great video as well, talking about Walmart, and I know XRP Crypto Wolf covered the patent, I believe, but just talking about the potential implications, because MoneyGram is, tightly involved with Walmart and a lot of in-store, ATMs of some sort and like desk work. So we're getting recognition in all directions. So I'm very, very excited, guys. This is huge. If you don't see this as good news, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe the bear market has you down, and I don't blame you. I have those days, but what helps me is just researching whenever I'm down. And then, back in the day, maybe I'd, read some blogs and, watch some videos and really put it into perspective and settle those fears, because investing is an emotional game, and only the people with the strong will and discipline will make it. And you can act like it's tough, but at the end of the day, you just got to hold. So forget it. But all right, guys, with that, I will see you in the next video. Hope you all have a great weekend.